What if the reason your life is not changing is because you are trying too hard? What if there is another kind of power, a power that does not force, a power that does not control, a power that works with reality instead of against it? Some call it outer intention. Some said the Atlanteans mastered it. And some say their ego destroyed them. Because the moment you think, I am the source, you cut yourself off from the source. Most people live from having. I will be happy when I have the money. I will feel powerful when I have the relationship. I will feel worthy when I have the result. But having is always in the future. So then people move to doing. They set goals, they take action, they try harder, they force. And many people still feel stuck because there is a deeper level, being. And being is different. Being is not pretending. Being is not affirming harder. Being is choosing the state of the person who already trusts, the person who already belongs, the person who already knows they are supported. And from that state, something strange begins to happen. Reality begins to cooperate. The Russian author and mystic Vadim Zeland called this outer intention. Inner intention says, I will make it happen. Outer intention says, I will align with what wants to happen through me. Inner intention clenches. Outer intention relaxes. Inner intention says, how do I force reality? Outer intention says, how do I cooperate with reality? This is why so many spiritual traditions say that the answer is not more control. The answer is surrender, not giving up, not becoming passive, but surrendering the illusion that your small ego mind must carry the whole universe on its back. Outer intention is not laziness. It is not sitting on the couch waiting for miracles. You still act. You still move. You still choose. But you stop acting from panic. You stop acting from lack. You stop acting from desperation. You begin acting from trust, from faith, from a quiet certainty that the path is unfolding, that you do not need to know every step, only the next one. This is why the teachings of Bashar hit so deeply for so many people. Follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence on the outcome. That is outer intention, because excitement is not random. Excitement is often the feeling of alignment, the signal, the breadcrumb, the next step your deeper self is placing in front of you. Not because you know where it leads, but because life knows. And when you follow it without demanding that reality obey your exact plan, life often gives you something better. Because the ego says, it must happen this way. And outer intention says, I trust the deeper intelligence. Maybe that deeper intelligence is the mind of God. Maybe you are not separate from it. Maybe you are, as many mystics have said, a thought in the mind of God, created it in the image of perfection. Not perfect in personality, not perfect in your fears, but perfect in your essence. And maybe outer intention is what happens when you stop arguing with that deeper design. Maybe it is the moment you stop saying, my will alone, and begin saying, let the highest good move through me. This is why the greatest manifestation teachers often end up saying the same thing in different words. Neville Goddard said, live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Carl Jung spoke of individuation, becoming who you truly are. Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss. different words, same direction. Become aligned with your deeper nature, and reality begins to move. And then comes the danger: hubris, the Atlantean mistake, the belief that because power flows through you, it belongs to you. The belief that because you can influence reality, you are above reality. The belief that because you are gifted, you no longer need humility. And that is when everything collapses, because the ego wants credit. The ego says, I did this, I'm special, I'm above others. But wisdom says, I am participating in something greater. You are not the river, you are the channel. You are not the light, you are the window. You are not the music, you are the instrument. And the clearer the instrument, the more beautiful the song. So, how do you practice outer intention without ego? 3 things. First, stay grateful. Gratitude keeps you connected to the fact that life is a gift, not entitlement. Second, stay curious. Curiosity keeps you open to outcomes greater than the ones your ego imagined. Third, stay in service. Ask not only, what do I want? Ask, what wants to happen through me? What would bless my life and the lives of others? Because outer intention is strongest when it is lined not only with your desire, but with your deeper purpose. So perhaps the real path is not having, doing, being. Perhaps it is being, then doing, then having. Become the version of yourself who trusts. Take the next step in faith and let life meet you there. Because maybe the universe is conspiring for you. Maybe Pronoia is real. Maybe you are more supported than you think. And maybe your job is not to force the future, but to become the kind of person who can receive it. The ego says, make it happen. The soul says, allow it. Choose wisely. Go in love and peace with wisdom and understanding. Enjoy this day.